Hello again, this is Greg. I'm playing around with some more assemblage kinds of projects. I've got some plastic boxes. I've got three different sizes that I've been working with. I've got a fairly large size. I've had these for the last few years in a box in the garage, and I finally dug them out and I'm going to use them for something. They're made out of fairly hard plastic, and I think they might be used for some kind of an electrical purpose, but I don't really know. Got a smaller, I don't have very many of these. I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 of this larger size. I have a smaller size here. I don't know, 5 or 6 of these in my garage that I'm going to pull out. And I also have some smaller plastic boxes that look like this. They come in 2 pieces and you kind of pull them apart. And so what I've been doing here, this is one of my first projects that I've finished. This is one of the plastic boxes right here, and then I've used pine board to attach the plastic box on the project too. But what I'm doing here with these boxes at my recycling store, Scrap Recycling here in the Portland area, they had a whole bunch of these pre-cut mats with these really nice little beveled cuts. So I've been taking these mats and I've been cutting them down so that they actually fit into the box to form kind of a little frame. In fact, let me show you. I think I've got one ready right here that's been pre-cut. So they set, if I've cut them just right, they set really nicely down inside, and I have some space to do a little assemblage project in this thing. So the box looks great, fairly small, but that's what these projects are all about. My larger box, I cut a little larger mat for this one, and these of course were already pre-cut with the beveled cut inside, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to do, get out some of my old toys and things that I've collected that I'm going to use. I've got some of this kind of stuff that I got at a recycling store. I've got an old vintage doll that I'm going to use, but I'm doing this kind of thing is basically what I'm going to come up with. This is kind of just a little raw sample of where I'm going with this. But this is the larger box. Smaller boxes are the only projects that I've done so far, and this is the one that I already showed you. I've got some neat pieces of plexiglass that are fairly thick. I also got them at my recycling store, and underneath I put an old vintage picture that I wanted to use of these 3 women. These old plexiglass pieces, actually they're not old. I'm not even sure what they were used for, but they have some real sticky stuff on them that I can't even pull off. I can pull off the top layer. Anyway, to make a long story short here, to get this sticky stuff off of this really nice plexiglass block, because I got a whole bunch of these. I have 50 or 60 of these things that I got. I've been soaking them, and I found a product that works really well. Citrusolve. It's a natural cleaner and degreaser is what it says, so I just set these down into a little bit of the Citrusolve, and it takes off this sticky film real easily. So I end up with my really nice unscratched plexiglass blocks, and it's the blocks that I've been using for to highlight my pictures with this particular assemblage project. So I have another project over here that I've used also. This is an old rusted skeleton piece that I kind of helped along with the rusting. Label from an American sardine can. And again, my block down here, I really like these plexiglass blocks with an old vintage photo down here at the bottom. So anyway, this was piece number 2 that I finished. Fairly small, and piece number 3 again, my plexiglass block down here at the bottom. X-Lax label at the bottom, and some framing up here at the top. And you can see how it's kind of come together. So anyway, I plan on doing a few more of these, and I'll get back with you and kind of show you what's happened here along the way. I need to do some using the bigger boxes also. I think I'll do a few of those today, or at least 1 or 2 of those today. So anyway, I'll get back with you. Thanks for joining me so far. I have finished 4 of my little plastic box assemblages, and they're ready to go. This one that I showed you a little bit earlier, I did frame it a second time. I kind of double framed it. I put it inside an old cigar box that I aged. By the way, these old cigar boxes, these really are not all that old, but a little sandpaper on the cigar box labels can really age these things nicely. So I put my plastic box assemblage into the cigar box and glued it down with silicone. I put a small black pine board on the back with my hanging, which just makes this easier to hang, of course. So this one is ready to go. I've got another one here that I showed you a little bit earlier also that I put down into a somewhat rusted, an old rusted bread pan. Put my board on the back with my hanging material. So this one is also finished. Got another one here that I put into an enameled, I think these kinds of pans are referred to as enamelware. Put my black board on the back with hanging a little hanger back here. So double framed. And the last piece that I have is one of the larger boxes. I think I showed you one of my larger plastic boxes. This is one of them right here. The little doll inside. I've used the plexiglass with the photo on all of these, and I've set this within a frame. Put my hanging material on the back. I'm taking these over to my gallery that I work with, Cannibal's Gallery, this afternoon. On all my pieces, of course I sign them, I put a label for Cannibal's Gallery, and I also put a little miniature book on the back. Let me see if I can find one of these books here. They go along, it's kind of a promotional thing. When somebody buys one of my pieces, they get one of my little books. I make these on my Mac computer. And basically all it is just a little photo book, Gregory Hanson, an artist's journal, and it's there's some information inside when I had it printed, and then really there's just some photos of some of my older work in here that I send along with my piece. So these are kind of a nice little gift that you can send along with your piece when you sell it, and it's great promotion for your work. So anyway, I'm done with these. I think I have one or two more that I may add into this video when I get it done, but basically this is it. So thanks for joining me on my little journey here with my little plastic boxes, and we'll see you again.